Okay, this is my video using the DC to DC charger with the D+ wire from the utility port cigarette lighter. And here's how I have it set up. So you have your cigarette lighter DC port right here. I have two in my front, so I plug it in here. I actually bought the one about 6 foot long. Maybe it was 3 foot. And I cut the negative off. The positive wire is the one with it's black with the white line on it. So I taped off the black wire, and I only used the positive. And I ran the positive one wire coming off of there to a toggle switch. It doesn't really matter which wire you have. There's two wires coming off of the toggle switch. Doesn't matter how you have it hooked up. Once you have it on, it closes the circuit so power goes through it, and turn it on after you start the engine. I do it manually so I can monitor when I want to charge it. And DC charger coming in from the positive and the negative battery. Positive and negative coming straight in from the battery. Wired, 3 wires going in. So I have 2 coming in from the battery, positive, negative, going to the DC to DC charger. The 3rd wire comes to the negative side of my battery because I need to ground the battery. And that battery goes a short distance through here, where the other 2 wires came in, my DC to DC charger, and I routed that underneath here to the frame of the engine, the body frame. That's a solid negative ground. And here's the wires, 2 wires, positive, negative, from the car battery. Negative, and then the positive, I think it's a 125 amp fuse. I wired it directly from the terminal. And that's how I set up mine. I didn't run it through a fuse or take my console apart looking for a fuse under there that would work. I tested out the cigarette lighter auxiliary port, and it just needs a little bit of power to send that light. The green light comes on when I hit that toggle switch on when the car's running, and it activates the DC to DC charger. I also have my, show the rest of it here while I'm here. I have my 2000 inverter, positives and a negative to the battery. I also this is the negative, positive from the DC to DC charger. Positive, negative coming in and going to the batteries, positive, negative. 100 amp fuse on the positive side of the DC to DC charger. Again, routed directly on the terminal itself, right before the battery. I also have another one right here. I directly route this. I don't want to use the inverter at all, and that's for my CPAP machine. Positive, negative. I got a 6 foot female port for auxiliary port. Bought it on Amazon. It's kind of like what you plug in a cigarette lighter to, and that runs along here underneath the seat up to positive on my battery, and the other one is this one here, negative. So I have DC power coming through, and I can either keep it on. It doesn't draw any juice when I'm not using the CPAP machine. Get a little green light. Hardly uses any energy unless I'm using the CPAP. And I run that back another 6 foot long that I ordered. I use the DreamStation Philips Respironics extra. I have extra room here, and that's a DC plug with the fuse here, inverter, and it's actually DC to DC. So this is DC, so there is no inversion needed, and it plugs right in here. Plenty of power. And on my 300 amp hour battery, first couple nights I tested it out, I ran that directly from my fully charged, 100% charged 300 amp hour battery. 8 hours of using that CPAP machine. Checked it in the morning, still at 100%. 100%. Didn't even go down a percent. Now when I turn on the inverter, use it a little while, or possibly when I use my coffee maker, that will drop it down 1%, 2% after 5 minutes maybe of warming up my coffee, but that draws 1100 watts, this hot water heater. But I always hit the switch and have the car running before I activate that, because that might put a little more stress on my inverter. So with that hooked up directly coming through the DC charger, it won't have that extra load on it, just to save my inverter. Well, that's what I have so far. Got curtains put in. I'll just go through the rest of it here. Curtains. I used a shower rod curtain with the twist, where you twist it and you lock it in, extension. And I got some, it's not plexiglass, but it's similar to it. And I put a hole in there, melted a hole to this size, and this thing comes up. Took me a little while to do that on both ends, and it stays up there. And I can collapse this, bring it back in, and take it out if I want. And I got the curtain, and I use a sock. Yeah. Well, that's all I have. So I use a clean new sock to hold the curtain back. I have it on both sides, and 38-inch memory foam mattress. Now this seat's all the way back. I have enough room here. My knees only come up to here. I get plenty of room up in here. Lots of room to recline, watch a movie on a laptop right there if I want. I have 74, I'm 6'2", so that's 74 inches from the back of my mattress to the front of that second row seat. So, and I have a little max it out. Plenty of space. And I did have to modify the mattress a little bit right on the end where the chair is. So I cut about 5 inches off just so that seat can slide back all the way. It doesn't matter, my feet are down that way. I don't need to be 38 inches across with my feet. So I have plenty of room where my head and waist is to toss and turn. And it's my suitcase, fully packed. My tent, which is still packed away. And I actually made a bracket for my phone. So when I'm laying down here, I can be inclined. I can lay down and look up and watch YouTube or Netflix on my phone while I'm with my head rested on my pillow. Now I actually tied this to my arm rails, and the windows are blocked out, of course. That is all. It's press board or some sort. But the other one is just cardboard that I cut out. Cut it out to size. Took me a couple times to get the right size down. It's not perfect, but it's close enough. I got to do a little work on this end. Put something in there to keep it up. But that keeps it dark at night, completely blocked off from any light. Of course, I'm on the beach. Can't avoid the noise at night sometimes, but it's fairly quiet late at night. Boulevard, beach, Peninsula, Texas, near Galveston. That's where I'm at currently. And I'll be on within a month on my way to Alaska with my Toyota Sienna 2013. Decent car. And there's my little storage where I keep some of my clothes here. I have some others packed away. These are the ones I use regularly. Keep it right behind my seat. And there you go. Sleeping bag if needed. And that's it for now.